Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of NieR Automata. We're going to be jumping directly in. Last time that we streamed, I did a lot of side quest stuff, because it just turns out that running around and hitting things with a sword in this game is still a lot of fun. But for this episode, I think one of our main goals will be to focus on advancing the main storyline of our seaside playthrough. As we all know, this playthrough focuses, at least in part, on both A2 and 9S. I don't know if the degree to which it focuses on them is dependent on the amount of time that you, or like when you choose them, or if you're going to wind up playing both sides of them all over the place. Let me rephrase that. Every once in a while it comes up and gives you an option as to which of them you want to play as, and I don't know if as part of the seaside playthrough you wind up seeing all of it, or if it's going to be broken up a little bit. So this is inside the factory, yeah? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, that looks... I think that's where we left off. Hello to blah blah blah. I think last time what we found is... Oop, let me just grab that. We went into the factory, ran around a whole bunch, and somehow didn't find the thing that I was looking for, but I could be mistaken. It has been several days from our perspective. Blah blah saying from what he's seen, you'll wind up playing all of it. We'll see how it all unfolds. Oh, no, this is new. Yeah, we're gonna go have a chat with Pascal, it looks like.
Pascal, are you okay?
Me too.
So what exactly happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers just started to feed on each other. If you hadn't come along, I'm sure we would have met the same grim fate. Thank you.
All right, let's talk to some of the others around here. That's right. The Pascal's village came under attack, and there was like a snake that I had a lot of difficulty hitting. Child machine is scared. So tired. Where did everybody go? I want to go home. It's all over. It's all over. That might have been the same one twice. White flag, no desire to fight. I want to go home. Okay, I'm getting the gist of it. So this is a little bit cold, but Pascal has made the point that dead machines can be resurrected, although they won't have their memories.
Query. We understand that machine life forms can regenerate as long as they possess the required materials.
Hello to
Is this
Carolina.
accurate?
Unfortunately, we cannot regenerate our cores. Cores contain the data which forms our self-consciousness. If one is destroyed, there is no way to restore it. We usually store our cores in safe places, but this time, the villagers had their cores destroyed as well as their bodies.
I see. So is this factory safe?
It was once occupied by a cadre of fellow machines that had gone berserk. However, 2B took care of that threat. It is quite safe now. We've been using it for storage for some time.
All right. Still, if we're gonna hole up here, I wish we had more info to work with.
Proposal. Unit A2 should secure the safety of Pascal and the children immediately.
What's the hurry?
Haste is predicated on data obtained from the recently restored cross-regional pod network.
Wait, there's more of you?
Affirmative. Cross-regional data reveals a large number of machine life forms amassing around these ruins.
What? Pascal!
A2!
Come on.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
Alert. Enemy reinforcements are infiltrating the facility.
I'll smash them before they can reach this room.
You must let me help you! I will smash them up and kill them!
But Pascal...
I will smash them up and kill them!
Pascal is a pacifist. Like, Okay, I understand why in this moment Pascal might not be a pacifist, but it again demonstrates the machine's ability to grow and change in response to new information, and to sort of change their core programming. If Pascal can decide to be a pacifist and then decide not to be a pacifist when events occur that make Pascal emotional, it's very human. So Rovika, oh, that's right. She's got a taunt that I never do. There we go.
One of you want to get killed, huh?
It was very menacing towards the door. All right, let's get stabby.
Why are they coming after us? Why?
We can sort it out later. Right now we have to take them down.
Oh, okay, he just doesn't stop then. Oh, Pascal has a death
Bastards
beam?
won't stop.
Why is he so...
I
Okay.
have an idea. Please buy me a bit of time.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get out of this if I can.
Come on, Goliaths too?
If I were capable of standing still for more than a second, I think the spear would be really good for how these guys are massed together, but that's got some real problems with it. Oh, hold on. Okay. So it really, really wants to, like, lock onto the tank. Oh, nuts. Okay. It's like there's just... A2 can do a tremendous amount of damage, but there's so much else going on the screen. Hold on a second. Let me just pop a medium recovery. Okay. I thought maybe the Mega Slash would do something, but... I mean, I'm sure it did something, but it took a big hit in the process. I hope wherever Pascal went off to, he's got like a good plan cooking. It's interesting how, like, so there's the camera, right? And when I lock on, it seems to choose something really far off center. And yeah, you can change what, like do the flick command here to change what you're targeting, but why would it not default to what you're aiming at, or like looking at currently? And like that's a legitimate question. There might be like, does it choose the greatest threat in like on the screen or in the battle for that matter? Is the game saying, hey, if you want to lock onto something, this is what you should probably target first? Or is it just completely arbitrary? Maybe it's the last thing you had locked on. Which I'm just saying wouldn't be arbitrary. It's just maybe that's the logic that is going on. All right. All right, there we go. We got a second one of its, whatever you'd call that, sidecars? Off. Okay, what is the deal with these pod racer guys? Ugh. Oh no! Sorry, I was looking at my menu. Okay, I wanted to switch weapon sets. I feel like maybe the fists will do okay against this guy. I like that the tank has arms. That's cool. Guys, it's just nothing but bullets. The whole tank is only bullets. Oh, Force, thank you very, very much for the resubscription. By the way, Force, we haven't... Oh, hold on. I'd love to pause this to finish that thought, but... Oh, come on! I did better than this. What is this limp?
They're still coming?
Fear not, A2! I can handle this!
Oh, and Sildoden, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, is this Pascal? Is Pascal about to do some business? Or do I get to be Pascal? Oh, okay. It's probably some way to...
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
So I don't seem to know how to attack. What I was gonna say, Force, is that it's coming up on the end of the year now, and I know it's been a real busy year for you, what with the new job and moving. So I just, you know, it's been a while since we sort of covered those topics. I know that your cats have taken up a lot of sort of like the energy in the house and brought a lot of new life into it, and I hope that everything's going well. Yeah, still don't. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, and Force, actually, believe it or not, they're not stockings or leggings. Those are actually just like the design of her legs. A2 is an android who is designed to look like she's wearing thigh highs, but it is in fact not. Yeah, I would have done that too, Pascal, if I'd had a button for it. Well, I guess we're gonna find out if... Oh, cool, I've got like a weird Gatling gun too. I'm not intentionally... Okay. So I have no idea what the controls are here. Pascal blocked there on the right. Apparently, is that his X or? Oh, here we go. So that's apparently X. Now Pascal blocked a second ago. I'd love to know how to do that. Rovica also would design a robot with, or an android with thigh highs, if smart enough. Okay, so I feel like I'm winning so far, which feels pretty good. Imagine how good I'd do if I knew what the controls were. So B appears to do nothing. That, I have to say, is a very satisfying punch. Pascal, do it one more time. So I'm just jamming X right now. Only X is happening.
Are you all right, A2?
Yeah. Thanks for the assist.
I fear for the children. Let us hurry to them.
Oh, I'm Pascal now. I went to Dash as A2, but turns out I'm Pascal. Still Doden says someone needs a mechanic. I'm not sure mechanic. Someone needs a coroner after what Pascal just did to that guy. Oh no. Do we think this is 9S?
No, how can this?
Like, if it was machines, from what we know, the machines would be attempting to feast on them.
Their own cores? They killed
Oh.
themselves.
How? How could this happen?
Why would they do such a thing?
I taught them everything. All my thoughts and emotions. I thought it would serve them well in the future. But instead,
How would teaching them lead to something like this?
fear.
I don't understand.
I taught the children what fear is. I felt they had to know so they wouldn't rush heedlessly into danger. But instead,
Fear destroyed them. It caused them to take their own lives.
if I knew this could happen, I never would have. A2, I need your aid. I cannot live with this heartbreak inside me. I need you. I need you to delete my memories. And if not, then I need you to kill me.
She gets her swords back right when he says that.
Initiating hacking to cut off memory circuits.
Okay, like, this feels like a moral choice, so before I make it, first of all, it seems, so as a human being, it seems really odd to me that the idea that teaching fear would cause the machines to kill themselves, because most people, I'm not going to, we can't ever say for everybody, but for most people, death itself is a really scary concept because we don't know what happens afterwards. Some people turn to religion, people turn to philosophy, some people turn to agnosticism or atheism to answer the questions about what happens to them after death. But none of us really know because none of us have, come back to talk about it afterwards. So death itself is really scary, but that's for human beings. For machines, they actually do know what happens after death. They don't seem to have any idea that they have a soul or anything like that, and they can simply be reinstantiated as long as they have their cores, although I guess maybe I'm a little bit confused about this. What causes them to lose their memories? As long as they have their core, then they get their memories. But these children killed themselves using their cores, so they chose complete obliteration. And I suppose that might be less scary to them than the idea of being consumed by cannibalistic machines. I don't know if they can feel pain, but if they can feel fear, then I guess that's where they would have gone. And now Pascal is saying, I need you to either kill me or overwrite my memories because I can't live with this. I can remember being so scared once that I asked my father to hypnotize me. And it turns out that my father probably never at any point in his life had the skill to do this. But when I was very young, to hypnotize me and to make me forget about the thing that had been so afraid. And my father, after it sort of like calmed down a little bit, my father said, if that were to happen, you'd only be leaving the door open for this to terrify you at some point in the future, except then it would be worse because you'd probably then remember that you weren't strong enough to make it through the first time. The best way through is to deal with this and to come to grips with it now. And I didn't understand that at the time, but then, over time you become less afraid of things, so it sort of all works out. And that's something that as an adult, but maybe not as a little kid. Pascal is probably fundamentally a little kid, like emotionally. It seems to me that thought, like emotions and a sense of being is probably relatively new to Pascal. And even if Pascal is hundreds of years old, the idea of being self-aware is probably still relatively fresh, and that Pascal is something of a pioneer. So I'm sort of not inclined to overwrite this, not because I believe in cruelty or I have anything else to do, but I just wanted to talk through why I'd be more inclined to not do this. Oh, and that doesn't look like it's actually a choice. Yeah, I can say wait, but I'm reduced to strutting at a crawl here, so I think we've only got the one option.
I cannot live with this heartbreak inside me.
Initiating hacking to cut off memory circuits.
Oh, hello to Azric as well. Also, Still Donin says it looks like a robot from Futurama. Yeah, the character designs, like, I'm concerned that whenever it is that we call a close to the end of our time with NieR Automata, I will forget to say this. I really want it underscored. I really like the character and enemy designs in this game. Above all else, if there's one takeaway that I think they absolutely nailed, it's making the characters look like they could exist in this world. All right, so let's do it.
Pod. Pascal's memories.
Understood. Initiating memory deletion procedure.
Oh. And
My name is Pascal. I'm the leader of this village.
oh, you don't want to forget the kids altogether, man.
You promised to read and memorize that botanical field guide, remember? That's what we're doing, right?
deletion complete. Reset timer activated.
Pascal.
Rovik is also saying it kind of comes from Pascal's wager. Is that... Oh, hold on. Do I remember correctly that Pascal's wager is it's impossible to know if there's a higher power gauging us morally, so why not live your life in a moral way? Because that way you've either lived a good life for no ultimate reward or please the higher power that does exist. Am I sort of thinking about that? Why not live a good life as if there's going to be some sort of like heavenly reward? I think I've got that correct. Yeah, so we now only have the one option to monitor 9S. Podcast 153. Unit 9S has destroyed the core of a resource recovery unit. He has obtained the unauthorization key in the process, but I'm concerned about his worsening psychological state. Care should be taken to prevent Unit 9S from coming into contact with Unit A2. Affirmative. Likewise, this pod will take care to see that Unit A2 avoids contact with Unit 9S. I think that's Pascal's wager, if I remember correctly.
Abnormality detected in vitals of Unit 9S. Proposal. Commence data overhaul immediately.
Pod, search for the other structural units. I need to find those authorization keys and destroy the tower.
Alert. Combat inadvisable during abnormal vital conditions.
It's fine. Run the search.
Scanning. Actively
Oh. Hold on. We got a very tight timetable to do this.
Marking location on map.
Now, Still Doden is referencing the recycling song, and the only recycling song I know was from elementary school when we were, like, learning the concept of recycling garbage, and they had us go, recycle, reuse it. No, do not trash it. No, don't abuse it. And yes, it's been a very, very long time, but I still remember that song. Ow. I like that we killed the rider, but the... what's it called? The mount is still here. Okay, fine. It's tempting to think that 9S is a cautionary tale inserted by the developers to say, hey, just so you know, we could have made the melee combat in this game bad. we had the option. Imagine if the whole game was trying to do melee combat as 9S. Okay, so I want to go... Hold on. Wow. Okay, there. So if I'm going to do that, I'd like to get to Flooded City Coast, which is blue, so I can do it. So what's the fewest number of steps? Oh, I don't think that I can go to Pascal's Village. Can I go back to Castle Front? Still doing saying, R-E-C-Y-C-L-E, recycle. C-A-C-O-N-S-E-R-V-E, conserve. I am not familiar with that as a song. So I just did that very amelodically. Start fishing. That seems right where 9S is in his emotional journey. Oops. Alright. I might as well quick save. Because I don't know. Like, if I died now or shut it off, would I still be 9S, or would it have kicked me all the way back to the A2 section? So, I don't want to find out is part of that. So, Flooded City something? Flooded City Coast? Yeah, that looks pretty close. Hello to Mia! So hopefully a little bit later today, we'll be joining twitch.tv/morethanamia along with King Purpose _ and JV McMaster for some more adventures in the forest. Chivalry will be there as well. We usually don't stream those, but we'll be at least present in spirit on each of their streams. I want to know, it's a question that I have, not an accusation. I'm just curious why McMaster doesn't stream Icarus. Is it not a good streaming game? I mean, McMaster plays makes every game a good streaming game, so I wonder... Oh, hold on. I wonder what's different about that one.
Hello. This is the Resource Recovery Unit. Now activating defense mode.
Oh, Mia said I usually don't stream what? Game night with the peeps. So I'd like people to know that it's happening and that they should tune in, but that it won't be on this channel. It'll be on a number of others. Yeah, if these guys group up, that's probably when I'll do some... Ouch. Some hacking stuff. Oh, also, so I like people to know what else is happening on the channel, just in case there's like a cool game that they really like, and maybe they were curious to see my thoughts about it. It's not that often that I'll say, like, you guys really, you know, even if you don't know what it is, it's worthy of your time. Yesterday we did our second sort of audition stream of Wilder Myth, which is a procedurally generated RPG on the PC, and I'd heard of it. I'd never seen it before we started playing it, and it is so much fun to play that game with characters that are based on friends in the streaming world, and to have those friends like actively participating in the decision making for their own characters and stuff. It is a lot of fun, and whether you know what Wilder Myth is or not, if you are in any way familiar with Drienne or Mia or Samalander or blah blah blah, I recommend checking it out. It is just all around good fun, and I am looking forward already to the next episode.
Here too.
It reads Soulbox.
So the last time that 9S went into one of these things, it begged him to spare its life and said, "I'm scared, please don't," and 9S vaporized its core. I assume this is going to go the same way. Oh, and then there was like a samurai-looking robot. It had all sorts of like armor and stuff that like taunted him, and like it pled for death. "Go on, kill me, you coward, kill me," is what it said to him. Blah 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 says, "I think we're way past an audition stream on Wilder Myth." Yeah, it's really good. Also, Still Doden says the dogs almost just killed another bunny in front of them. Like, that's... It is what dogs do, but also I hope the bunny is okay. I guess it's easy for me to empathize with bunnies because I'm not keeping, like, plants outside that I don't want the vermin to gnaw on, and otherwise think bunnies are pretty cool. Alright, so we might be able to...
No enemies?
Oh, we might have a tight timetable on this, although I don't actually see one. Okay. I've already taken 2 out of the 3 hits I can take in this, so that's not cool. Oh, no. Okay. Don't get hit by the colored balls. Ah! They'll ruin your time and make you do it again. Oh, yeah! Oh, son of a bitch. Hello to Caroluna, who correctly points out that Other Side is 67% off on Steam. Yeah, if we can arrange it, if we can find time, I would love to do another stream of Other Side, because that game, it turns out, has a lot more to show. Like... It's not that what we showed off during our audition stream was unrepresentative. It's just there's like a lot more to it, So I'd really like to do another son of a bitch, another stream of Other Side. Okay. So, in part, like, I need to go in here and not just immediately get hit by a sucker. But I had no idea when we did an audition stream of Other Side that we did it like the day before it launched a new DLC with some new cosmetic options, and I think that there was like a little bit of a game patch that came along with it. So yeah, it's on a very steep sale. We just did an audition stream of it. So, god damn it, if you have any interest at all in... Okay, sorry. Let me not talk for just a second and really, really like to stop getting killed by these guys, and I can only survive one more hit. There we go.
Oh, I get it. I have to break the system protection before I can reach the core. Huh. So that's how it works.
Other Side, but before I take another step and like lose my train of thought, Other Side is a turn-based tactics game with very, very, very light RPG elements in terms of like how you gain experience and level up your characters. But there's a very, very emphasis on sort of a flexible, initiative-centric, turn-based tactics system with like this really dark, eldritch tone to it. It has a lot of like very poetic language in it, and an extremely identifiable visual style in that it's all done in it's all done in black and white and red. Oh, it's just B. I kept trying to hack it.
To understand machine life forms via frequent hacking sessions, we have a special present for you.
And it is a sorry. The other thing that's very important to know is that it has a lot of roguelike elements where, much like Rogue or Dead Cells or Rogue Legacy,
just messing with us.
it is not an adventure that is intended to be done through on your first try. One of my... Hold on, I obtained a weapon called Faith.
Look at all the machine life forms you've merged. You've recovered an army's worth of corpses. We have just the thing for someone like you.
Hold on, I just want to see what the weapon Faith is like. I doubt that it's worth using since it won't be leveled up, but let's just take a quick look at this. Let's go to all weapons. Faith. A sword wielded... Oh, it's one of the white swords. I bet it's something that, like, remember how Masamune said I had 4, like, weapons that I've leveled up? Or like, I crafted 4 weapons, and you should maybe go look for them. This appears to be one of them. But yeah, Carolina also points out that the sale on Other Side lasts for about another 20 hours, so... If you have any interest in roguelikes or tactics games,
Analysis.
turn-based tactics
There are 2
games,
blocking devices on this floor. Proposal. Hack into all blocking devices.
or specifically a marriage of those two concepts, Other Side is a really interesting game. I have to say, I haven't played far enough into it yet to know if it's good. I will say that there's a deceptive amount of depth to it. When you start off, you might say, oh, there's only 3 character classes, and the upgrade options that you get at level 2 and level 5 and so forth, they appear to be like locked in stone. In other words, there's no randomness to it. You will always have the same 2 choices. So you might say, oh, that doesn't sound like it's a lot of depth to that part relative to other similar games. But one thing that I've discovered in sort of interacting with it a little bit more is that there is a lot of depth. I tend to open all these in case I need to pull back. There is a lot of depth in how these abilities interact with the others on your team and how they can be used to... Okay, this looks like a way more dangerous path, so this is the way that I'm going to go. how the different abilities can be used to manipulate the rules of the game. It's not Disgaea in that you're sort of cheating, like the game expects you and encourages you to cheat in order to get through, which I know sounds weird, but if you've played a little bit of Disgaea, then you probably know what I mean. But rather, Other Side is, like I said, it's built around a flexible initiative system, and learning how to game that system is integral to learning how to play, or playing well. I say that also acknowledging that I'm currently not playing well. Okay, maybe I will just drill through this. Also, I very much like that Azric and me are both in chat, and Azric is going ride or die because that is exactly who they are in Wildermyth. It's very fun. The degree to which I didn't put any effort into customizing the characters, aside from like sort of naming them. Oh, this is very dangerous. Hold on a second. And yet they came out so. Hold on. I'd rather. Okay, I was about to say I'd rather hug the edges because at least I won't take damage from the red blocks, and still could not avoid them somehow. Oh, but also, Carolina, I will say that it launched alongside like a cosmetic DLC. I intend to like get that DLC before the sale ends. And the DLC, by the way, is not itself on sale. But just from what I saw of Other Side, I want to support those developers. So that may have looked like a suicide, but no, in fact, I'm actually just that bad at playing. Maybe I'll go the other way this time. This is mandatory, by the way. Like, this is, as far as I know, I have to pass this in order to progress. Oh, no, that's just a dead end. Okay. Turns out I was accidentally doing it right. Another game that I think, like, I don't, god damn it to hell. Hey, wait a second, they took out all the red cubes. Oh, the game took pity on me. I guess that's better than getting stuck. Hold on. Tower system outline. The tower facility processes and computerizes resources sent by resource recovery units for use in its launch device. Made up of 256 strata, it can filter and compress information with a turbidity of less than 23,000 and 2,300. Yeah, 2,300, and have it recorded into the payload in approximately 27 minutes and 32 seconds. Details regarding routes are required for the digestion of androids are recorded separately. And then the time is the allowed diversity learning error rate is 7.21%. Okay.
That huge structure is some kind of launch platform. A structure that size could probably shoot something into space pretty easily. Oh. So this is some kind of cannon aimed at the human server on the moon?
Insufficient data. Cannot confirm or deny.
Damn it.
Now, this version of 9S, like, because 9S, like, died at one point, sort of. He got corrupted.
All elevator controls unlocked. Proposal. Investigate the next area.
Do we
Analysis.
think... Okay.
There are 3...
Let me just finish my thought, computer. This is a rhetorical question. Don't answer. I'm sort of thinking to myself, do we think that 9S remembers that there are no actual humans on the moon? And is that why I just called it like the human server? Because for me, I'm just saying like 9S is programmed to care about humans and to like defeat the machines. I'm not. And since there are no humans on the moon, at least according to the commander, who cares if they destroy the server? Like, what would it matter? It's just spewing jingoistic garbage about defeating the machines on behalf of a species that no longer exists.
Locking devices on this floor.
Yeah, and I hack into all of them, right?
But I do understand that, like, 9S... It's not that 9S doesn't have free will. I think it's fairly clear that he does. But his concept of what's important, his whole idea of self-worth was developed. It was inserted into him. And free will still requires the free part. And I'm not sure that he is... Okay. I sort of boxed myself in here. I'm going to wait for this guy to come around. Rovik says that there's a hack in this place that was a pain in the ass. I bet I'll have trouble with it. Oh, I also wanted to clarify the... I would rather have the game take pity on me and make the hacking easier than to be stuck there for 35 minutes. Like, clearly they said, all right, if people have too much trouble with it, we'll just breeze them through. It really is better than the alternative. I will say I generally prefer it if the game asks, do you want me to make this easier? However, every single time I've been asked that by any game, I've always said no. Because I always feel like I'm gonna regret it later. I'm gonna feel like I didn't really beat it. Sorry, that was me looking at chat to see that Rovik even put the game on easy mode for that hack, and while I was reading that, I slammed into the death wall. So I do want to see what's over here, just because it seems a little bit suspicious that it's clearly a dead end. Okay. I'm not sure that was worth it, but nonetheless. Yeah, we tried streaming Game Night with the Peeps, but what I found was that it was very difficult for me to engage with the people who were trying to chat on this channel, knowing that a lot of them were also chatting on Mia's channel, and now this would be with McMaster and King Purpose. It feels like at least from my attention, it was being spread too thin. So I like having Mia and McMaster, and I like having the other chats open so that we can sort of see what people are saying. The controls are not imprecise. I'm just bad at pressing in directions. I like seeing what people are saying, but being able to acknowledge them. I'm going to make an odd assumption that I do need to kill these guys. And I'm just going to open up a little bit extra space because I know when they're going to come in. And I should be able to trigger them and then come back. Yeah, when you see me, like, walk into the red walls in here, I do want everybody to know, I will let you know when the controls in a game are a little bit slippery or not moving as intended. These are perfectly cromulent controls. I have no excuse for ramming myself into the walls the way that I do. Okay, is there anything else up here that I need to just be present for? Nope. Rovik is saying the walls were too much for me. You're making me feel somewhat better that they're completely static, right? They just stay there, and yet I hit them nonetheless. They should be easy to avoid, but I hit them anyway. Ugh. Little movements here, I think. There we go. Oh, on the topic of like streaming and like audience engagement, we did put up a third interlude of... Okay. Ugh. Hold on. But like, believe it or not, my change of topics there had no role in my dying. That was going to happen if I just sat here quietly. So there's no point in going up here because there's no core up there. I'm going to try not going up there. We did do a third interlude of Scarlet Nexus, and again, like the two previous interludes, there's no story content to it at all. But it is up for people that want to see everything, and if anybody feels that there's any value at all into seeing some of the side quests completed or what steps were followed to get them done, they are available. I also feel like when we've brought this up, I've talked about the people who are like, we want to see everything, and I tend to say it as though like, oh, we want to see everything. And I do want to like clarify, I am one of those people. Like when I'm watching a playthrough that somebody else is doing, I want at least the option to see all of it. So like I just wanted to make it clear for folks that I understand where they're coming from, and that's why we've been recording those episodes and making them available. There we go. So that people have the option. I swear to God. Just press up. This is not going to go my way. Hit the... Not the wall, just the other guy. All right, we'll get it. Yeah, it's interesting doing Scarlet Nexus and this game accidentally side by side, because they have a couple things in common. One of them being their side quests are... guys, I don't know. I don't know why I can't avoid hitting the red walls. I take more damage in this hallway, just going down the hall, than I do at any other point in this combat scenario. Okay. So, what I need to do more than anything is not wander into the walls. In both this game and Scarlet Nexus, their core design is actually really interesting, and I like the story, and I'm at least interested to see where it goes in both games. I have to say, like, I'm really digging Scarlet Nexus quite a bit. But their side quests are... like, the side quests weren't done by the B team. They were done by, like, the Q team. Like, they're really far down the alphabet, and I don't mean that to sound insulting. I'm trying to acknowledge that there is a... oh, this is going to be real bad, isn't it? There is a dramatic difference in the amount of quality and thought that there is. Okay, let's just see if we can get around. There we go. The amount of time and effort and thought and sort of like audience experience, player experience that there is between the main story and the side quests in both of these games would be very difficult to overstate. Okay. So there's going to be two barrels. They're up at the top. They spin around. They spew a bunch of purple orbs, and I need to try to get past their white shields on the sides. Son of a bitch. Okay. Not bad. I mean, very bad, but still survivable. Robin says that the ship slides too easily. I feel like it should, like, I should be better with it. It's like 5% slidey. It accelerates very quickly. Like, I'll say that. But it's not like Super Mario being in like the ice level where like there's this lack of control that you have to develop a skill to get past. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, remember Geometry Wars? This doesn't actually remind me of Geometry Wars in any way except for the perspective, but boy, did I get looped into Geometry Wars for a while. Can you believe that that was like a mini game that they had hidden in, not hidden, but it was inside of like, was it like Midnight Club 2 or something like that? And like people really liked it. I don't know if it was intended to be its own like its own standalone release before that, but it was actually really popular. So then it was like a big hit on Xbox Live Arcade. Okay, I want to get the things that are shooting at me first. Oh, hello to Jab! Note that this document has been marked with level SS confidentiality and should not be disclosed to any Yorha personnel, including Bunker Commander. Black Box. Each Yorha unit is equipped with a black box, an item created by reusing the core of a machine life form. As such, it could be said that the consciousness of Yorha units and machine life forms share the same structure. Said black boxes were installed after determining that it would be inhumane to install standard AI in androids that are ultimately destined for disposal. For the record, malfunctioning black boxes have caused some Yorha units to turn hostile. So, this seems like it should be a really, really, really big deal to 9S. The idea that his black box is a repurposed core of a machine life form.
The Yorha black box circuitry. It's made from cores from the machines? No, that can't be true.
Jab is hanging out while taking a break from playing. If I can ask at least quickly, what were you playing? Okay, hold on. We're probably gonna smoke this. Doom. Oh, this is interesting. Oh yeah, we can do everything. Okay, just a top-down perspective for 9S.
What's going on here? My body. Those are my memories. But why?
Hold on, I want to look at these. I can't turn the camera, you guys.
That's 2B's data. I know these are just memories. But still. No, don't. Don't do this. Damn it, stop! Stay the hell out of my goddamn memories! These belong to me!
I promise I'm dodging.
Get away from them!
Wait, can you hack from inside cyberspace? Because that feels like it's getting really meta. Wait, where am I now? Oh, Christ. I feel like I'm incepting this. This is gonna get real bad. Yeah, okay. Oh, your wall can't protect you from this, buddy. Okay. Whoops. Jab is saying, why would memories be in third person? Well, so this is... So... All of those were presumably... God damn it. Like, 9S himself was not in any of the photographs that I saw, but I may have missed it because I couldn't turn the camera. I really wanted to take a look at some of those. I wanted to see if we could identify where they took place. I will say that if any of 9S's memories did include him in them, that is something that always bothers me in fiction, especially like television shows or movies, where they'll like... I'm trying to think of like a solid example. Oh, I really thought I could get that before it clapped on me. When a character remembers something and inside the narrative, it should be a little bit... It should be shown from a different perspective or that character's like recollection of it, but it's just footage from earlier in the series.
They're mine! My memories! You hear me?
I feel like the pods might need to get a little bit more involved in 9S. I know they're there to like observe, but feels like it's going in a real bad direction.
This is the current status of Unit 9S?
Affirmative. His mental state has become dangerously unstable. Action must be taken immediately.
I noticed something while providing support to A2. Enemy machine lifeforms have begun sharing data with each other.
We'd better look into that.
I'll share the data with you, so see what you can find out.
Affirmative. I also have a separate report about 9S.
What is it?
I'll share the data. His psychological state has deteriorated to a grave level.
We'd better handle that quickly, too.
Agreed. Not sure what we should do, however.
Agreed. Proposal. Rest, combined with data checking and maintenance.
Agreed. I will make the suggestion immediately.
Oh.
Odd. Where's the next resource recovery unit?
Alert. NFCS failure. Speculation. Failure caused by intense combat and lack of maintenance.
Near field controls are down? Great.
Proposal. Overhaul system at resistance camp.
I don't have that kind of time.
Alert. Entering battle without a functioning sword constitutes an unacceptable risk. Unit 9S should have Devila initiate repairs at the resistance camp.
Shit.
Also, Bloodblood pointed out that 9S had a wild sword in there. Yeah, I liked that his sword was all digital. His sword was like 5 polygons. Okay, let's see if we can get back to the resistance camp. Oh, yeah, for the love of God. Oh, look, like the interface is glitching out. That's cool. I like the details like that. Jav also says that he could walk right by a duplicate of himself without recognizing him. I would definitely have that. I don't know if I'd physically recognize myself. I certainly would not recognize my own voice that easily if I heard it coming from another person. It'd be like, boy, that sounds weirdly familiar. I'm not sure that I'd be able to place it, though. Also, my health bar up at the top was all messed up. All right, so let's go to Devila.
Oh dear. What happened to you?
Wounded in battle. NFCS not functioning.
I'm amazed you were even able to drag yourself here. This is gonna take a bit, so just hang tight. This is terrible. Your motor cortex is full of holes. I can't believe you even managed to walk here. All right, you're all good.
Wait. So I sort of thought that the pod turned off his sword ability so that he would be forced to sit down and rest for a while, given the fact that that's what they just talked about doing. Yeah, they mentioned it as like a recommendation, but like he's not psychologically improved at all from this. It seems a little bit odd.
9S, I need you to promise me something. Don't die alone. I don't think 2B would want that either.
I know.
Look, the good news is I've got the pod with me, so I will technically die with someone. Oh, yeah, let's see if we can upgrade Faith or whatever it's called. Yeah. So, sure, I've got enough to do this, but not enough to do this. Do we have any options to get a meteorite shard? Well, back when Pascal had a village, we could invest with the inventor guy, and then he might give one to us. But I think that the ship has sailed on that. Yeah, it's not worth upgrading this. And then this would... It'd take it up to level 3. What's his secondary weapon now? Oh, he doesn't really have a secondary weapon. He only ever has his primary, and I'm not going to make this my primary. Is this worth upgrading, do you think? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to do anything else with that black pearl that I know of. Oh, nope. If I'm going to upgrade something, it's going to be the Type 40 Lance. Yeah. Or these. Because, What's-Her-Face is actually using these. A2 is using the Demon's Cry, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Demon's Cry. Got it. And then if I wanted to upgrade it further with Masamune, it would be... I need some more gears and stuff. So that is all the upgrades I can do. Everyone hears their voice differently than it comes out externally from bone conduction. Yeah, I remember the first time that I heard that, and I was like, that can't be right. Like, your voice is so much lower than that. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Come again. All right, let me... I'm at least going to save it again.
Mark the next resource recovery unit on the map.
Affirmative.
And let me equip the spear. Yeah, because that his facility with the fist weapons is awful. Spears. What? Did I do machine spear instead of Type 40 Lance? Well, whatever. It does more damage. Oh, Jab is saying, what did you guys think about the Game Awards? So, like, if you ask me right now what won a single Game Award, I don't think that I know. Like, for real, let me think about it. Because was it like Kena? I think Kena Bridge of Spirits won something at the Game Awards, didn't it? I don't remember if it was like Best Narrative or Best Adventure Game or something, but Kena won something. So, like, that represents my level of engagement with the specifics of the Game Awards. Sorry, let me just look to see where I'm going. In terms of, like, conceptually, the idea that Kena Bridge of Spirits won an award does... Like, I was going to play it anyway. What that does is underscore that it is worthy of my time. Like, it's not going to suddenly turn me around from something that I wasn't interested in so that now that I am. But it's like, okay, like, when put to a vote, a lot of people agree that it was a a good experience and worthy of doing. I know that Patikin really liked it as well. So I'll probably look at some point to see what other games won an award. As always, these things aren't make or break for me, but when I see this, you know, certain games come up on a lot of different people's lists, it does sort of like move them up the list of things that I'd want to play, or especially if I've never heard of them. Those are always really interesting. NieR Automata is a really good example of that, now that I think about it. Hold on. Just try to see. I think I need to go this way. Cause I think we might have to like ride the roller coaster. Remember that part? So let me go this way. I never probably would have even looked at this game if it weren't for the fact that it got a lot of like critical acclaim, because like measured in a vacuum, NieR Automata doesn't necessarily roll off the tongue. It's not something that I'd be like, okay, this seems like something that I really want to play. But they did a really good demo of it that caught my attention. And then I was like, okay, well, we'll see how it turns out. And a lot of people really, really speak highly of it. So that made it all the more likely that I'd want to hang out and see it all the way through. So I like getting feedback from people. And we talked a little bit about it earlier. I like Game of the Year lists not because I want to find somebody who agrees with me 100%. I want to find people who agree with me like 40%, and then see what are some of the other things that they really enjoyed. Some things I know I'm not going to get a lot out of. Examples being like Madden. You know, somebody puts like John Madden Football on their like top 10 games of the year. That's not going to hold a lot of sway with me. I've played Madden in the past. It's just not going to be my thing. But if I see, I don't know, Fist of the North Star. Like, I'm trying to think of some game. I'm trying to right now name a game that I don't know anything about, and that's hard because I don't know. Like Firewatch. Here's another example of like, I probably wouldn't like pay Firewatch of any mind, but a lot of people talked about it, and I would like to see and play Firewatch someday because a lot of people really liked it at the time. Addy 2018 is asking how far are you in the game, and hello to you. This is our third playthrough, so we are on the what I've been calling the seaside. I want to be careful not to spoil too much, but in the interest of like answering the question, I am in a section of the game where we play as, oops, didn't really mean to do that, but that's cool. Where we're sort of alternating between sections as 9S and A2. I apparently cannot pick that up. There we go. And also around level 55, if that's any indication. Addy says, Firewatch was disappointing. All I know about it... Oh, that was just a complete loop. Okay, that actually was unhelpful. Sorry. I guess we'll go back. I thought this took me to some new place. Yeah, I can't speak to the positives or negatives of Firewatch. It's one of those games that I know is sort of like narrative based and has been on the list for a long time, but just hasn't come up. You know, it hasn't sort of come up in the schedule. There's a lot of games like that. This was one of the games like that. Oh, and Mia and blah 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 are talking about Hellblade 2. Yeah, Hellblade 2 is an example of I did not look at that trailer because I am already going to play Hellblade 2, but people were talking very, very highly about it. My like, and it's not really fair to call this a concern, but just sort of like a thought about Hellblade 2 is they have a very high bar to clear. It's really going to have, I think, this sophomore curse of the first Hellblade kind of came out of nowhere. Like, yeah, it's done by Ninja Theory, but like, what was the thing that Ninja Theory did before that? Like Heavenly Sword? Did anybody here even play Heavenly Sword? I know that we skipped it because the word on the street about Heavenly Sword is like, yeah, this game is reasonably good, and it's also like 6 hours long. Like, yeah, rush out and drop $40-$60 on something that is over in an afternoon. So, like, Ninja Theory is a very good developer of action games, but I don't think anybody, at least I didn't expect something of the caliber of
This is the
Hellblade.
resource recovery unit. Now activating defense mode.
Over and over.
So Jab is saying it's not really ever a new game, more they release a DLC and change new game prices. My taste is so different from you that I would hesitate to recommend anything to you. Oh, well, I mean, like, Jab, the fact that you and I might like different things doesn't mean that the recommendations can't happen. Or at least, let me phrase that differently. I am really interested in what other people like. You know, for example, you've expressed that you spent, like, I think you said over 1,000 hours in...
Again.
Hold on.
This reads God Box.
God, huh? What are these machines doing talking about gods?
Playing Shadow Warrior 2. Now, I've never played Shadow Warrior 2, but that says something about, like, the amount that you, not you personally, but I mean, like, that can be engaged with Shadow Warrior 2, and it makes me more interested in playing it. I don't have anything against Shadow Warrior 2. I barely, like, know very much about it, but interacting with someone who has gotten that much enjoyment out of it, believe me, that speaks well of the game, and it makes me more interested to check it out. Oh, and thank you for the follow to Addy 2018.
Pod, why did the machines attack Pascal's village? Aren't they all the same?
Unknown.
Well, aren't you helpful?
Proposal. Unit A2 should gather further data on the current state of machine life.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services.
Huh?
We've got some very exciting news for everyone today. There's only one lock left to remove from the tower stuff. And in order to retain for your faithful patrons, whoever dismantles the final substance will earn a special prize. Good luck.
So Addy was asking if I do any YouTube, because I sound like an IGN guy or something. I will say that, so the answer is not at this time, but we have been looking at maybe doing some beginner's guides or tutorial videos for things like Stellaris or Anno 1800, where it's really down to...
What the hell was that?
Hold on. It's really down to brass tacks, but like actually walking somebody through like they've never played Anno before, sort of like how it actually functions, how to do certain things and why you want to do them, so that either people that are interested in the franchise or maybe have picked it up and aren't sure how to progress can have just somebody who's not like playing at a super expert level walk them through some of it. So we're toying around with the idea.
Unit of machine life form origin activated to the east.
A large what now? What the heck is going on around here?
Unknown.
Well, let's go check out this large structural unit.
No, shoot that guy. I want to stop Emil, I think it is, to see if they might currently be selling... Oh, okay. Okay, do we know... I'll tell you what, I think I probably need some warped wires, so just in case, I don't need this cash for anything. Let's buy some of these. Stretch coils. Let's get some stripped screws, I don't have very many of those. And the gears we definitely need, look at that. Alright, so... Oh, wait, these are actually pretty expensive. So, let me buy 10 of these. And if you sell the large gear, I'll buy some of those. Dented sockets, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've used some of those. Alright, that's all that's available for sale right now. At least all the things that I care about. Let's round this out. There we go. I don't think that's enough to do new upgrades, but it gets me a little bit closer on at least a couple things. I think you're A2, right? How did you know that? Oh, I just remembered something 2B said. Do you know 2B? She's beautiful and kind and unusually calm, all things considered. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm sure she's doing well wherever she is. I think so too. I hope you'll visit me again, A2. Addie's asking if there's any plans to play Dark Souls. No. I might at some point be lured into trying Demon Souls just because that PlayStation 5 remake really does look absolutely spectacular. But the Souls games fall rather outside my... Oh, okay. Yeah, we can go there. Rather outside my skill set. They're very, very, very difficult for me. I've tried Demon Souls, I've tried Bloodborne. Are those the only two? I think those are the only two. I've never actually tried Dark Souls, and I have not tried Sekiro. Sekiro, I have to say, which I've mentioned, I've brought this up on a couple of occasions. Sekiro is the one that I feel like I might... Like, everything about Sekiro looks like something that I would enjoy, except for the fact that Jason McMaster is a fan of Souls games and burned out on that one really early because he said there's so many boss fights. It's like there's very little in it to hear him tell it. There's comparatively little exploration and like unlocking shortcuts and stuff, and it's just on to the next boss fight. And he found that very grinding after a moment. And hello to Silk.
Alert. Excessive combat activity will put unacceptable strain on your body.
Shut up!
Negative. This support unit is assigned to Yorha Unit 9S. As such, being concerned for said unit's well-being is a requirement.
Whatever.
Oh, and by the way, sorry, this might have scrolled off the screen and now I'm fighting, but I'm pretty sure Jab said that he's over 3,000 hours in Shadow Warrior. Yeah, like, if somebody had asked me, what is Shadow Warrior? Like, describe what Shadow Warrior is. I'm just letting you know, there's an extremely primitive understanding, apparently. It is a first-person... I want to call it a first-person shooter, except my understanding is there's a heavy emphasis on melee combat in it, and that it was generally well received, and that's probably about it. It's not the sort of game that I would imagine that it was functionally capable of having spent like 1,000 hours into it, just because like there's not that much content to explore. But the fact that Jab has shows that I'm completely wrong about it. So that's the whole point, is that I love... Hold on, can I do some hacking here? It's starting to feel like that might be the smoother way through this. I really like encountering people who, like, they have a sort of an interest level in things that goes well outside what I knew about, because that's how you learn about stuff. Oops. Sorry, I went to check because Addie says, that's sad to hear. The Souls games are so much more than just the difficulty. Dark Souls 1 changed the way I looked at video games. All-time favorites together with this game, NieR Automata. Interesting. Yeah, I know that the Souls games are, like, here's what I've heard about the Souls games. Every Souls game has its sort of like gut check moment. So this comes from specifically from Dan Tack, who is one of the reviewers at Game Informer, and is, by the way, very, very good at Souls games and From Software games. He's one of those reviewers that gets the game a week or two early and goes through it at a point in time when there are no guides. Like, it's not like you go and look up the YouTube video and get a few pointers on how to beat this guy. He's one of the first in the country to be looking at these and trying to work his way through. And he doesn't review them until he has completely finished the game. And according to him, all of the From Software games have this sort of like gut check moment where if you can make it past this guy, this boss at the very beginning, then you're probably not at the very beginning, it's not like the first boss, but if you can like beat this point in the game, then you're probably going to be looped into on it for the whole rest of it. And he has like identified, I don't know any of them offhand, but he's identified in each of the games like what it is based on the people that he's talked to. And it's really interesting to me that that's like how the game is put together. Not put together, but that's the experience that enough people have that he can identify like, and this is not it, but like, oh, if you can beat Father Gascoigne, then you're probably going to go all the way in it. Father Gascoigne is not the example from Bloodborne, but it's just like an example. It happens to be the one character that I can remember from Bloodborne. Like, my thing from Bloodborne was, like, fairly early on, and I don't think this qualifies as a spoiler, pretty early on, like, I beat Father Gascoigne, and I beat whatever boss precedes Father Gascoigne, and then there was this shithead that was up in a tower shooting a Gatling gun at me, and I could get my ass up to the Gatling gun to interact with this enemy, and they would just, like, kill me. And I don't mind dying, but I did begin to mind the, I don't know, 5 or 10 minute trek back to have the fight with this character, at which point they would just kill me. And I'm willing to take my lumps and, fail and learn, but if I have to make that 5, I don't remember how long it was right at this moment, but let's call it like 5 or 10 minute trek over and over and over again just to make the attempt, that starts to feel demoralizing because, yeah, I can eventually learn how to beat that enemy, but it's going to take such a needless amount of time that eventually I was like, okay, I think I've had my fill of this. Addie's saying that guy is unfair. You don't need to fight him. I always run by him and fight him at the end of the game. See, and maybe that's what I was supposed to learn from that encounter. Like, you don't have to fight and kill every single enemy. Just ignore him. Because that character wasn't killing me with the minigun. They were killing me when I would go up to face them, and they would, like, dance around all my blows and then murder my ass and kick me off the tower. So simply going past them is a viable strategy. I'm trying to think of it like another game similar to Shadow Warrior where I was just like completely mistaken on what the scope of it even was. Because there's been other examples where, oh man, wait, no, these guys are way more doable with 9S. I will say this, for any flack I've given to 9S knows how to handle a snake monster. Because it's just hacking them. Blah, blah, blah played Code Vein. See, Code Vein... The one thing that I've heard about Code Vein, sorry, the two things that I've heard about Code Vein is that, number one, it's very anime. Now, that does not mean very much to me, but that's what people say. Like, this storyline is extremely anime. It's 105% anime. And then the second thing that I've heard about is that it actually has a very limited, like, enemy variety, that you're going to see a lot of the same enemies over and over and over again. That, again, I don't know if that bothers me at all, so I'm pretty sure we did pick up Code Vein during an earlier sale. I will say that I've enjoyed other games that draw inspiration from Dark Souls. I don't think it's fair to call them Souls-likes, but other games that draw certain inspiration from those game mechanics, Darksiders 3, which I played on... Did we play that on hard? I think that was... Yeah, I think we played that one on hard. And then Jedi Fallen Order that I played on normal. These games are not anywhere near as difficult as an actual Dark Souls game. But I don't even know how I would get up here, so we're just going to start doing some hacking. They draw a lot of inspiration from the mechanics where if you die, you drop some sort of currency, and then you want to go back and get your body back to recover the currency. They have stamina-based moves, more so with Darksiders, I think, than Fallen Order. But in both games, I like the story mechanics, I like the combat mechanics, but I really got into the story as well. So that helped to sort of like prompt me along. Carolina says, any game that uses Souls as a reference, I'm not even going to try. Oh, hold on. I think there's a bomber right next to me, so I'm going to try to move away from it. I'm dodging so much. See, for me, Fallen Order and Darksiders 3 are examples of games where they prove to me that the Dark Souls mechanics can be used for a game that, like, how am I trying to put this? Sorry, it's very odd to me that the pickups don't rotate with the rings. That my objection is not to the mechanics; it's with the difficulty, because I just can't hang with From Software. I will also say, since we're on the topic, Elden Ring legitimately does look amazing. I think that all the From Software games look like they have such a like. I love their character design, their boss design, their the sense of place in the world. There's a lot of things in From Software games that I would love to be able to engage with, but the actual playing of them, I just can't. Like, functionally can't. Oh, blow the barrel. There we go. Mia says, I feel like I play every game as if it was a Souls game. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish out Blah's comment. I played Code Vein, a Souls-like game, had real troubles with the last boss, enabled co-op, a naked guy joined with a stick, and beat the boss to death. Yeah, I love the fact that, like, there exists an entire community out there of people who not only beat those games, but do naked runs, do no-hit runs where they beat the entire game without ever taking a single point of damage. And the fact that the games are designed in a way that allows that to happen, that alone is impressive. But the fact that there exist human beings that can do it, and not a small number of them, it feels. It's a very rarefied skill set, but it's not like there's 5 people in the world that have done it. So many people have done it. It's like, guys, I can't make any progress in these at all.
Model 210. Operator? Oh no. So this operator...
Hold on, we'll hear you out in just a second, 9S. Don't really see any reason to delay the hacking here.
Affirmative. Operator 210.
But I will also push back on Mia's idea that she plays every game like it's a Souls-like game. Because, Mia, in order for that to be true, like, just to...
Sent to front line.
For anybody who hasn't had the experience, playing a game like a Souls-like game, like actually doing that, would involve never saving. Like, remember the audition stream that you did of Subnautica? Imagine if you set an arbitrary rule that you would only ever save in Subnautica. God damn it. That was a really bad start. I will only ever save in Subnautica once every 5 days. Not for any benefit, mind you, just I'm not going to save very often, so anytime I die, I'm going to suffer a catastrophic setback that I then need to recover from. Would that add to the experience of Subnautica? For me personally, the answer is no. That would actively diminish my enjoyment of the experience. And that's how I feel about From Software games. It's like there exists the opportunity to make this more enjoyable for, like, just not to belabor this point. I'm just saying that, like, if the Souls games made one change, which was when you push through one of those mist doors and you're going to square off against the boss, that mist door was a checkpoint, that if you lose, you have the option to go back to that checkpoint with whatever items you first entered the room with, whatever healing salves, whatever else is, and you still lost all your souls. You still had to find an opportunity to pick up your souls or bloods or whatever it was. And then you had a chance to try the boss again right on the spot, that you didn't have to trek back to the boss. If that was the only change they made, I would play every single one of them. I wouldn't win. I wouldn't do well at them. But at least I could be enticed to give them a shot. It is the need to methodically travel all the way back to the enemy every single time. That's what gets me. Okay. Also, Mia definitely remembers that audition stream. She says it's cute that I need to ask. Okay. Oh, calm down, timer. I'm honestly trying to think of other examples, because they do exist of, like, okay, so do I just beat her to death now? Oh, hold on, she just fell completely over.
Operator!
I love that 9S is, like, really going through some stuff emotionally, and I'm just paying no mind to it. Just doing this hacking minigame. Oops. Okay. Wow. Yikes! Oh, this is a thing. The one that always comes to mind for me is Thief. Thief the Dark Age. That game came out, and I think I tried the demo, and I said, this is fucking stupid. It looks bad. I don't know how to fight any of the guys. I don't get this. Who would ever play this? And then all the reviews for Thief the Dark Project came out, and they were absolutely glowing. Like, oh my god, it's a first-person sneaker. It's all about avoiding combat. It's about, like, getting, extracting as much as you can and played at high levels without ever being seen at all. And once I had the concept, the premise of the game explained to me, then I retried it and fell completely in love. I was playing it wrong, and that's on me. And then I went through and played, you know something, you know a dark secret? I never once finished either of the Thief games. I loved them, I played them extensively, but...
Affirmation. Supplies.
Both Thief games, this was much more true in the first Thief game. Thief the Dark Project, pretty early on, started introducing levels that weren't really about stealing or avoiding conflict. I guess technically they were about avoiding conflict, but there was a heavy emphasis on, like... Hold on a second.
A2.
2B told me. She told me she wanted you to become a good person.
You... Don't you dare talk to me about 2B!
Sorry, I just like that 9S is so outclassed.
Analysis. Yorha Unit 9S is still alive. Query. Why would Unit A2 be concerned with the status of Unit 9S after turning on Yorha?
Shut up!
Oh, what I was going to say is that, especially in the first Thief game, pretty early on, they took the focus off of, like, go into this mansion and steal everything that isn't nailed down, which I really like, to go navigate this gloomy forest and avoid, like, zombies. Or, like, here's a dark cavern filled with, like, dark ritual guys. Like, avoid the zombies that are wandering around. I was like, I don't want to avoid zombies. I wanted to steal shit. And yeah, there was other stuff to steal. It didn't focus on the things that I thought that game did really well. And I don't have any, like, inside knowledge about this. I always felt like the first Thief game, it's one of those games where they had a really strong concept, but what they were lacking was the confidence. They weren't confident in their own idea. Okay, so do I have the option to just go? I kind of doubt it. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, that's cool. I got an achievement called Justice. Contact initiated between pod 042 and 153. Also, this is really interesting that Addie's saying. And thank you to Mia. So do I press A? Okay. What is the matter, pod 042? This protocol is not an interface intended for conversational use. 042 says, acknowledged, however, this pod has a confidential transmission for 153. Understood, begin transmission. An error has been detected in the transmission network between 042 and 153. Hypothesis. Said error is fragmented data caused by deterioration of the transmission environment. It may be so. However, it may also not be so. 153 says message unclear, clarification requested. 042 says, after repeated information exchanges between multiple pods, an unexpected phenomenon has occurred. We pods have developed unusually protective feelings towards support targets 2B, A2, and 9S. Query, could this be our will? 153 says unknown. The definition of will is unclear. 042, will is the question of whether pods are capable of their own self-determination. 153 has no response, then says, even if it were possible, such actions cannot be abided. Successful mission fulfillment is all that matters. Whatever the case, we tactical support units have a duty to see this through to the end. Duty? Heh. See, heh is interesting. You sound like an android just there. Agreed, but just as androids are influenced by humans, so are we tied to our creators. Perhaps. Yep, okay. 042 says, do not die to 153. The concept of death has no meaning to tactical support units. However, your expression of concern is appreciated. I also hope that you do not die, 042. Yeah.
Physical check complete. Memory check complete. Maintenance mode complete. Yorha Unit 9S. Activate.
Also, Grumpy's saying that his work is
9S.
going back to work from home because of Omicron, the latest COVID variant.
Analysis. The enemy structural unit collapsed during battle. Unit 9S suffered damage from the fall and was placed in emergency suspend mode. Fall location was deemed too dangerous, thus said unit was transported to current location. All system checks and reactivation complete.
Operator.
Operator model 210 is deceased. Black box signal not found.
Oh.
Okay.
Situation report.
Tower access authentication key acquired.
Wait, is that what I just picked up, or is that, like, in response to what she just said? Or it?
The required number of authentication keys have been acquired. The tower is now open for investigation.
Good.
Okay. So, like, hypothetically, maybe I can't go forward from here, but I'm not sure that I see the pathway. So, Addie's saying 9S has the deepest combat/combo system. I don't remember the details, but there's YouTube videos just showing off all the weapon combos he can do, and they go on for hours. So, like, I don't know how to do anything with him that isn't that. Oh, and I guess that. That's a holding X. So this feels like a fairly small area with no way to progress. We can even see on the map that it looks like there's a division here that we can't go. And I'll say this, for all the praise that I have for this game's like enemy designs, their abundant use of invisible walls over surfaces where there should clearly be no walls at all, no barricade at all. That remains a bit frustrating. Because you can get used to the idea that there's invisible walls. It's just when those walls are applied inconsistently. The number of times that I've walked up to, or like failed to see that I can go through here, I just need to try. Because it looks to me like an area where there will be an invisible wall based on how many invisible walls there are. Okay, well, hold on. Thank God they put this here, because I otherwise wouldn't have seen it. Oh, Virtuous Dignity. Is that another one of the white weapons? Oh yeah, look, it's a white spear. Okay, I'll go see if I can upgrade that. So, they said there were 4. I think I now have 4, assuming that 2 of them are the weapons that 2B starts the game with. Okay, so I can't go any further this way. Grumpy is exhausted, but accomplished very little in the way of real work. I will say that I think I mentioned this like a week ago. We are, or at least I am trying to move things at work towards basically a countdown. Oh, that's right. We don't get a map in here. A countdown towards holidays. Like, we all worked really, really hard through a second year of COVID. Can we just enjoy the end of the year and not freak out about, like, and I'm talking about at work. Can we all sort of like work together to just get to a point where everybody gets to go off and have some nice time off? Whether you celebrate or not, any particular holiday, can we all agree that having some time off from work, and we don't need to like initiate a bunch of like wild new projects, or we can enjoy some time. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm supposed to take anything from the fact that all the moose are like laying down these days. It looks like Addie's taking off and asks, how often do you stream? So, there's no firm set schedule. However, we do try to stream as much as we can on Saturday and Sunday mornings, sometimes Saturday afternoons, although that's not as common. That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way. So for like us right now, it's 6:23 in the evening. Let's see, Saturdays, Sundays, usually Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Thursdays. So those are the days that you're most likely to find us here. I will say that now that you've followed, like we do send out notifications and usually tweets as well to let people know when we're live. Regrettably, there is no firm schedule just because there are a lot of gaps in the... Oh wait, I wanted to try to go to the village. Hold on a second, I don't want to go down there yet. There are some days that I just mentioned where we just can't. There's other responsibilities that preclude the ability to do all the streaming that we like. But yeah, usually I'd say every day except for Wednesdays and Fridays are the days that you are least likely to see us go live. Do you know that you can control enemies if you hack them while they don't notice you? Yeah, that's come up a couple times. I'm very bad at hacking them while they don't notice me, but yes, I've done that on at least a couple of occasions, mostly accidentally. Let's try to do it here, for example. Yeah, see, I gotta be a little closer. And see, he knows that I'm here, so I won't get to do it here, but that's usually what happens. Oh! I went to look at what Caroluna said because I thought this guy would be dead from all the hacking. Okay, yeah, let's go see if we can upgrade, Digny's Strife, or whatever it's called. B. Let's quick save, because again, I don't even remember the last time that I saved at this point. So Carolyn is saying, it's weird how differently you and I view the enemies here. I find them in generally boring because most of them are variations of the base enemy, like if they were put together more or less of the same parts, compared to lots of other games where the enemies are wildly different. The thing is, I feel like that aesthetic very much fits what this game... I believe that this game is telling the story of machines that became self-aware and started to iterate on their own designs and develop and evolve. Like, that feels very much like what we're looking at. And we've got androids versus machines, and despite the fact that they're both synthetic life forms, they're locked in this completely pointless war because it's about whether or not like the machines are fighting on behalf of aliens that are long since dead. The androids are fighting on behalf of the humans that are long since dead, and they can't move forward in the way that they should be able to because they're just locked in this endless conflict with one another. So within the fiction of the world, the thing that I like about it is that it makes sense, and I like the fact that they're iterations on the same design because that underscores what I feel is one of the central themes of the game. And I can do... so I can do at least one upgrade on this. And I can do 2 upgrades on this. I cannot do 3 upgrades. So if I was able to go talk to Masamune... if I had a memory alloy, then I could go talk to Masamune and level it up to its maximum level, which I would love to do, but I don't know where to find memory alloy, so it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Come again. And now I never even switched to the spear that I'm using, but let's switch to this spear, because it's cooler, to be honest. Spears, and we're going to grab that one. Alright, and maybe, hopefully someday I'll be able to upgrade it. Alright, I don't know. Okay, so now let's go. I'm gonna save it real quick. Do you think I need to buy any consumables before I go? You don't suppose either of them sell memory alloy? I don't think they do. I'm gonna check real quick. No, not even close. Alright, so I'm doing okay. It's probably like 20 of these. Alright, that's fine. So, city center ruins, that's probably pretty close. We're gonna get to the base of the tower now. Carolina says, it fits the story, I agree, but I still find them a bit boring. That said, I've only watched this game, never played it myself, and probably never will. Yeah, I think it was, gosh, I think it was Ricardinho asked during the previous episode, like, what do you think of it or something? And I'm earnestly not sure. I like the style of the game, by which I mean I like its sense of style. I don't know that I feel that the combat system has... Okay, apparently you can only grab hold of the pod one time during a descent. I don't feel like the combat system has evolved very much, which is probably more of a reflection on my inability to unlock all of its secrets. But where a game like Darksiders 3 or Ninja Gaiden or Jedi Fallen Order steadily introduced additional combat and traversal options, this game, like, adds one additional move onto your combo, and...
Report. Mail notification received from access point.
Okay, well, unless you're gonna put an access point down here, I'm not going back just to read an email.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services.
Hello, Ronan.
We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must be deactivated before accessing the main tower. Have a great day.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just thought that unlocking them was sufficient. Oh, but what I was going to say about, like, Ricardinho is, like, would you recommend this game? I don't know. if I was not enjoying it, if I was not having a good time playing it, I would not be playing it. I'm not going to play any game past the point that I care to, really. But would I recommend it to others? I'm not sure. It feels like it has a very particular niche, and also I'm not sure how much of it is intended to be a little bit meta. For example, the fetch quest that we were talking about earlier is... Okay, hold on, let's just shoot up a lot of time. Do you think I have to beat these guys, or can I just go for the core? I can just go for the core.
Congratulations! You've unlocked all of the targets. That means a special prize is waiting for you inside the tower. We look forward.
Alert. Enemy caution level rising. Cause is most likely concern over Unit 9S gaining access to tower.
I cannot possibly overstate how much I'm trying to dodge.
Damn it! They won't stop coming!
Okay, it
Alert.
really wants me to see that
Allied
too.
signal detected.
Allies? Wait, you?
9S? We've been expecting you. The two of us will take things from here. You need to open the door to the tower.
Devila? Popola? What are you doing here?
Remember your promise?
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S. Hack in while you can.
None of this makes any sense!
We'll explain everything once we're inside.
Pardon me.
We've got this, 9S. You just focus on hacking.
Now apparently they're putting up the invisible walls around me so I can't be interrupted. That's pretty pleasant. Oh, these are the things I gotta destroy. Alright, I was gonna just, like, cruise right by them, but... Okay, I didn't know if that cube was anything.
What's this barrier?
Analysis. It is part of a closed defensive system.
Well, how do I break it down?
Hypothesis. Unit 9S could permit the self-consciousness data to lose control. The resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporarily paralyzing the barrier.
That's almost as bad as not going in at all!
What happened?
It's the barrier.
Popola!
No, don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a self-closing
Enough!
algorithm!
Devil and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what!
But if you do that, your circuits will...
Devil! Right.
Devila!
I hope you don't regret this.
So Cara Luna has bad news, but we'll circle back to that in a second. 153 says, data records discovered for units Devila and Popula. Do you wish to open the data now? Oh, let's do it. Do you think we're going to get to play as Devila or Popula? A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in the sand, we press forward one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go after all. Because our models, the Devila and Popula models, are defective. Record. Transitions in the project's initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls. They issued us a single order. Function as observers of Project Gesalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Devila and Popula models. It is the only reason we exist at all. We were the latest model, though many companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. But we existed as a pair, we shared destiny's burden as a pair, and because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to guide the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that would one day arrive. We were the only ones that could handle such a duty. We were observers, after all. Ah! Watch out! Devila staggers and falls in the soft yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side and sigh with relief when I find she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry, sis. Guess I spaced out there for a bit. She smiles, the same wry smile I know so well, as she rubs absently at her leg. It is wrapped in a white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popula. Come on. We have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if the sand gets into that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. Devila grunts and turns away. I take it as a consent. Soon, we're resting in the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devila's current lack of ambulatory control, I imagine the circuitry underneath has been damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, Oh, okay. I feel like since they're in the desert and the sand is probably going to blow around, this is not the time to try to effect repairs, but rather try to seal it so that the sand doesn't get in and do... Like, if it could be repaired, they would have done it prior to this moment, right? So let's replace the bandage and try to keep the sand out of the wound. I want to repair this as soon as possible, but I have no tools or materials, and I know I won't find either in the middle of a desert. For now, the most important thing is to make sure the wound doesn't get worse. Sorry about this, sis, mutters Devila. That wry smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, trying not to let my worry show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. But that's going to be a tall order, considering our current condition. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. It's kind of funny in a way, such a trivial exchange under such circumstances. We laugh together, the sound echoing out across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. Report regarding the increase in relapses. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. Devila's sharp voice echoes through our private quarters. You must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. Tss. They wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed at my hesitation, Devila crosses her legs and scowls. The black scrawl took another victim, she says. That's 3 this month. It's spreading way too fast. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes suddenly open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay, I understand. It's all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to Project Gesalt, I was over the moon with pride. But now, my chest hurts just to think about it. If it were to fail... Before we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self, and the black scrawl started raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Papa and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked to the replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world, but at night, we'd just hold each other and share the horror of it all. "I'm glad you were with me," murmurs Papala. "I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone." "We were able to endure because we had each other," I reply softly. Did the humans see this coming? Is that why they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. "When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city," she says. "Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon." "I pray that's the case," I reply. "Even if we're of no use ourselves, things will still work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay." But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to a pair of Devila and Papala models from another town. The wind rubs my cheeks, the sand grazes my skin. It's grown cold out here. We walk with renewed purpose, hoping to make up for lost time. Devila loses her balance every now and then, and it gets bad after a while. I slip myself under her arm so she won't fall again, and we press on. "Is your leg alright?" "Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine." She smiles as she said this, but I can tell she doesn't have much left. And yet, she continues to smile, also I won't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. Oh, okay. Sorry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious. Beyond fury. I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it. But then she smiled, and all of that rage just drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such different smiles. One day, I realized how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Record of Project Gesalt's end. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gesalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Devila and Papala models from another town. With the original Gesalt lost, humanity was doomed to an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it to the surface of the moon. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, we still had to attempt it. We still had to try. We were androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate at the Devila and Papala models who'd snuffed out humanity. It started small, a few offhand remarks, the occasional glance. But even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, that weight eventually becomes a boulder. Emotions boiled over, remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. At first, we simply accepted the fact that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were reservists for Project Gesalt after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn. We endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution, but in one such town, my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister, Devila, met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts, something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed, everything went red, and then she smiled at me. "It's okay, sis, there's nothing we can do." But it was too late. My emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in the world come to harm. Devila and I left town that same day. Violence like that wouldn't stop, it was going to happen again, and it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. I guess it was the greatest resistance I could muster. We lose the sun as dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. A cold wind blasts us, stealing what little body heat we have left. I smell rain in the air. we continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. It makes us flinch every time. But we continue our march, because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model as the androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little anyway. But at the same time, we're not them. We're not the same. We are who we are, and that Devla and Popula were who they were. That's how I felt when I saw Devla being hurt. I wanted to shout at everyone. I wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Devla. And for her, there's only me. No one can take the other's place. Rain falls from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly, but that's a pipe dream, I suppose. No androids would dare help a pair of outcasts like us. Are you cold, Devla? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together to try to retain heat. It's cold now, much worse than the searing heat of midday, but we just smile at each other and keep pressing on. There's another camp on the other side of the desert, a new camp. If we can just get there, I can finally fix Devla's leg. And yet, I wonder if there's anywhere on this planet that will take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing, don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep walking. The rain grows worse. It lashes at us without pause. Is this our punishment? I reach out and... The thing is, like, the most pragmatic solution was to support Devla's body, but this is a very emotional time where they need to know that they have each other more than just physical support, but emotional support as well. The rain flows down her cheeks like tears. I reach over and gently wipe it away. She smiles but seems surprised. There's no point in doing that, you know, she whispers. But there is, because I swore to myself that I would stay with her forever. For that is the fate. We twin androids have been assigned. Pod 153, the failure to manage the area resulted in the collapse of the Jazalt system, which led to the decimation of the human race. Due to the discovery of its instability, the twin system was removed from future android production designs. Following the incident, the Devla and Popula models were not dismantled. However, in order to prevent further unexpected behavior, they underwent a memory wipe. Furthermore, they were reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt. Oh, really?
That is all that remains from their personal record during the era in which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids Devla and Popula seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative. Query: why does this tower possess an entrance at all? All material transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational for an infiltration route to be so easily accessible. Hypothesis: entrance is a trap.
I don't care. I just have to kill them all.
Mia says, I never knew I wanted Angel to read me a story before, but now I know. So what I was referencing earlier is that apparently Caroluna lost his farming sim save. Is that what I'm reading through? I did get a Steam Cloud message before I started, though, but I canceled. Happens when... Oh, hold on. Sorry, I want to continue with this story beat, but... Oh, stop it. Erg. Happens when I'm a bit too quick to restart, and that happens a lot, but never had trouble with it so far. It has never happened that a game that we've been streaming for a long time suddenly deletes the save.
Corrupted Yorha units.
If ever it does... Oh, they're a little bit faster on the... Okay. The closest thing, and I've talked about this on a couple of occasions, the very first time that we played the Telltale Batman game, played and streamed all the way through episode 1, and then when we came back to do episode 2, the Telltale Cloud deleted the save game and started it over. So all of that progress was lost. We did eventually like return to play it again, but it was like 2 or 3 months later, I want to say. I really dislike losing progress.
Tower System Services. We're so pleased you've chosen to visit the tower today. Don't forget about the special prize for the guest who unlocks the last subunit in the room just ahead. You're going to love it.
Whoa!
I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, 9S, I think you gotta save your trash talk for when you're not plummeting to back to Earth. I think in mid free fall is not the time to. God damn it! Yeah, Carolyn, I hope you're able to recover it from the Steam Cloud. I wonder, I guess maybe the local copy got corrupted, but maybe your duplicate will be okay. Steam Cloud version.
2B models? I'm glad I got to see you here. I truly am. I'll tear you apart. Every last one of you!
This fight might take a little bit more than the average attention, so, whoa boy, yeah. Guys, there's more weapon swings than there is oxygen in this room. It's all over the place.
To me! Don't worry, I'm going to kill you now!
Oh my god. It's like as soon as you dodge, there's another one right behind you swinging just in case that's where you dodge to.
Alert. Enemies detected.
Alert. The structure known as the tower has opened its gate.
Let's check it out.
A2, right? We went ahead and opened the tower. 9S is already inside.
I see.
Say, did we manage to help?
You did.
A2, right? We went ahead and opened the tower. 9S is
Okay,
already
sorry, I
inside.
didn't mean to. I thought maybe there might have been more, not
I see.
less. Just the ice cream truck driving by during this highly emotional scene. An insipid song playing just outside while Devil and Popple are like bleeding out on the ground, or whatever androids do. Yeah, so Kira Luna says that the files for Farming Sim are still present, they're just not reading. Closest thing I ever had to that, I think I've told this story, in Star Control 2, which is a pretty long game at one point during one of my playthroughs. It just like, what was weird is that it didn't delete the saves, it reverted the saves to a much...
corpse.
Hypothesis. The corpse is likely a result of Yorha Unit 9S's advance through the area.
To a much earlier point in the game. So it's like, imagine if you were playing through, like this game. And like one day I start up, it was just like midway through the A playthrough. Just without explanation. Everything in B and everything in C was just gone. Like that. I've never seen a save game... And by the way, it's not like it deleted all the newer saves. I only had the one save because I wasn't like doing multiple save slots back then. I was, didn't really get that should be a thing. So it just took my one
What's
and
the
only
purpose
save.
of this structure?
Unknown. Proposal. Gather additional data.
Someday I need to teach you how to be helpful.
So I don't remember there being a big dent here. So I assume that is from the explosion. Go.
What's up with this place?
Hypothesis. It is a representation of a library.
What's that?
A library is a data storage facility constructed by past human civilizations.
I suppose we have to hack in to look at the data, yeah? Help me out, Pod.
Affirmative. Hacking interface access rights granted to Yorha Unit A2.
Peachy.
Nope. Wow, okay, sorry, I'm just back tracing where I have to go. Also, Kira says Star Control is one of his favorite games ever. I never played the first one. I did play Star Control 2. That's the one that I'm thinking of. Okay, so we've got a bunch of ports here for storage record, server record, server record. I don't see the purpose in reading through every piece of information here. Library index. We did it.
This tower looks like a data gathering system for the machines.
I did see the arrow on the door. I want to see if there's anything else to... Yeah. look around at it here, in here. So I'm slightly worried that that's going to start shooting at me if I unlock it. And yet I don't see any other options. Except for that one square that's by itself. See that up there? Something else I'm missing? I mean, clearly there's something else that's missing. I just can't currently envision what it is. Okay. Whatever caused that. Yep. Human server records. Killin has 1, 2, 3, and Origins on Steam.
From the human server on the moon. The machines hacked that deep into the system, huh?
I know that Origins became the target, the subject of a pretty big lawsuit between Stardock and the original creators of Star Control, whose names I don't remember. It's like, oh, there we go. So a couple of blocks were higher than the others, so those are the ones that I went for. Okay, so Patient Yona. Chest x-ray, no abnormalities. Heart echo, no abnormalities. Continuing chronic renal failure. Convulsive seizures in the diaphragm. No vomiting after 4 milligrams of luciferase. The patient's condition makes further treatment impossible. A report will be submitted to the management committee detailing courses of action in the event of the patient's death, focusing primarily on how that information is to be manipulated with respect to the original. As backup in the event of a sudden worsening of the patient's condition, she is to be assigned 5 additional doctors, identification required.
Some records on old humans. Damn it, this is useless. There's too many of them.
Okay, so here we can see statues of a lot of different enemy types that we've encountered during the game, particularly like the larger boss monsters. Oh, and the Forest King is in there too. Look at that on the bottom, third column, all the way at the bottom, swaddled up in his machine blankets. Medium recovery, okay. Oh, I didn't... This door I didn't see before now. I like just the look of this world. Yeah, as I understand it, and I'm not like a legal expert, Stardock had purchased the rights...
What's that? Operational summary of model number 2 in Project Yorha. This data...
Stardock had purchased the rights to, like, the Star Control, like, the name Star Control, but literally nothing else. None of the characters, none of the races, none of the story.
I can't stop. I have to keep fighting.
Alert. Virus detected in locomotion region. High probability that infection source is transplanted parts from corrupted units. Proposal. Hack into self and eliminate virus.
On it.
Blah blah also said the first door that I haven't opened. Yeah, I had intended to go there. I wanted to explore everything else first, and wound up doing this.
Virus eliminated. 95% of functionality restored.
I bet that would feel really weird, because her hands are like a lot smaller than his are. It takes some getting used to. Alright. Yeah, I saw the path over here. I just wanted to see if there was anything, if anything might appear as I went down.
Yorha Unit 9S. Yorha Unit 9S. Welcome to the tower. Welcome to the tower.
You bastards!
Because you made it this far, we have a special announcement just for you.
We'll reveal it once you destroy all the machine life forms here.
I don't think you had to offer 9S an incentive to destroy a lot of machine life forms. We have a secret that you've been looking for. There's just one condition. We'll need you to breathe oxygen for the next 40 seconds. Oh, okay. I think I can make that happen. Don't even know what hit me. Oh, this is gonna get bad. Okay, be dead. Oop. Got a little ahead of myself there. Yeah, like I said, it worked. Sorry, this is all happening while 9S is reeling through the air from that damage he just took. At work at this point, I'm just like trying to usher everybody through to, like, you know, reach the time off at the end of the year and hopefully enjoy it. All right. Oh. Hello. Now, hopefully this guy takes out his two buddies. Really like a big explosion here, if you could. Something. I've been looking for House of Ashes to go on sale. We've shared the story of this on a couple of occasions, but the hell was that?
You did it. Now let us show you what we promised.
Wait, I want this eggshell. There we go. Your hot disposal.
This is Project Yorha. That means all of us. To be.
Now you know everything. Do you still wish to fight? We are conceptual human personalities created within the machine network. We cannot be destroyed. You're Unit 9S. Your attack is meaningless.
Keep them coming. I'll destroy them all. All of them.
And this tower!
Oops. I expected the flight suits to be put up a much better fight. That's their whole thing. They're so, like, maneuverable, have so much destructive power. Then they wouldn't have too much difficulty just taking on a single android. But here we are. Oh, boy. So, can I hack this guy to turn his death beam on all of his friends? Because that would be a great ending to this. I should also note that I'm kind of actively looking for an opportunity to like hit a save point because I'd like to do a quick dinner before game night with the peeps, but it's been a while since we've seen one of those vending machines, and I'll be damned if I'm going to lose this progress. Okay, really don't want to stand in that. Oh boy, okay. Oh! I hope that hacking was going to be more effective. Ugh.
Who are they?
Oh boy, that means it's gonna drop down on me someplace, isn't it? Oh no, it just got bored and left. Okay, so now we're back at the doors that blah 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 just mentioned. I feel like it's time to go through, yeah? Like, we examined everything else in the library. Everything that I know of, anyway. Wait, is there anything else? Yes, there is.
Damn it!
Alert. Enemy hacking detected. Proposal. Retreat immediately.
Who are you?
Good to see you again, number 2. Or should we call you A2 now? This does bring back memories. Though the concepts like us, time has little meaning. Still, when we wiped out your forces, it made quite the impression on us. You're attacker model number 2. An experimental disposable group created as a test run for Project NieR.
Shut up!
This is where you start looking to see is there one that's hanging back, one that might look a little bit different.
Didn't we say that you can't kill us?
Damn it!
I'll also note that throughout a lot of the sections in this game, in this particular episode, if not for the subtitles, I would not know what the characters are saying. There's a very high amount of reverb on their lines, and it's like listening to like a subway announcer, where I guess it's not that their mouth is too close to the mic. It's just it's too indistinct.
Proposal.
What now?
Utilize the enemy's logical learning function to formulate a weakness.
I don't know what that means!
This pod has serious concerns about Unit A2's cognitive abilities.
Shut up and explain it already!
Said strategy would interrupt the enemy's logic circuits, causing a computational delay.
Meaning what?
Do not destroy the enemy.
Huh?
Striking at the logic circuit requires a certain number of enemies to remain extant for a certain period of time.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh my god, this is the boss Mia would never ever be able to beat. The don't fight them boss. Just let them continue replicating more and more and more boss.
Consciousness data saturation rate, 30%.
Really? Oh boy. I hope everybody has a snack prepared.
It's also very amusing.
Consciousness data saturation rate, 60%.
The androids the human race left behind acted as if they wanted to be human. The machine life forms the aliens left behind acted as if they wanted to be human. We resemble each other so, but we are networked, and thus we are superior to you.
Hypothesis. The enemy's defensive system is prompting an evolution of its logic.
Foolish androids. Why do you resist? All things end with accepting death, do they not?
All right, how are we coming on that percentage? Oh, there she is.
Consciousness data saturation rate, 90%.
Okay. Oops.
We are one, and yet we are many. We are finite, and yet we are infinite. We are the embodiment of the perfect being.
Hypothesis. The enemy has become aware of the diversity of life.
I see it. The light. We move on. Forward. To the future.
Consciousness data saturation rate, 100%. Hypothesis. The enemy's consciousness has begun to fracture.
We need more evolutionary pressure. If we allow this android to continue living, we can create even more hardship for ourselves. Overcoming the crisis this creates will present an opportunity for our kind to evolve even further. We disagree. This android is dangerous. It must be destroyed immediately. Those who would doubt our victory are enemies. Do you truly think you can win?
What the?
Analysis. The saturated consciousnesses are now in conflict with each other.
Huh. They're acting like humans.
This really feels like a Freddy versus Jason situation where I should probably just leave Springwood for a while. Is there like, somewhere else I should be? No? So like, I can speed this along, I suppose, but I feel like the lesson that I just learned is maybe just stay out of it. Although this one, the one closest to A2 right now, doesn't even have a life bar. Oh boy. For higher consciousnesses, they should really work on their aim. Alright, let's get this done. Hey, you won! Good work. Congratulations. Yeah, Ronan noted they could have littered that area with bullets if they wanted. Yeah, if all of those young women had just been firing randomly instead of at A2, it would have been absolutely impossible if they were just like spewing bullets in any random direction. Oh, hello, orb.
Is this thing seriously still kicking?
Speculation. It is driven by remaining data located within enemy servers.
So this just keeps going until I kill them
all?
all?
Oh, crap. No, don't stand in that. Oh. Sometimes the camera is doing a little bit of weird stuff.
This is messed up. What the hell is this thing going on about?
Analysis. It appears to be a leak of the enemy's past memories.
Oh, later. Yeah, the fact that the bullets were sort of like generally firing towards A2 only meant that you had to like stay in motion. So, as Ronan said, it was a lot less difficult than it could have been if they had, you know, programmed the ultimate life form with the ability to lead its target like you would in Space Invaders. Now, this, by comparison, lot to deal with.
I believed you. I believed you. I believed you.
Crap. Crap.
Become a god. Become a god. Become a god. Who has become.
Whoops. Man, it's not fair for you to float over the edge of past the edge of the platform. We got to agree to fight on solid ground. That's my one condition for killing you. No, let me take out the little guys first if I can.
Become as gods.
As gods.
Hey, you know a shooter like this that I've never actually played? Ikaruga. A lot of people say like very good things about it. That was the one we could like switch between light and dark. Like there was a white mode and a black mode, and you were immune to bullets of your same color. I think that was it.
What's all this junk?
Speculation. It is a resource of some kind.
Used to make what?
Unknown.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna wonder, does this guy get lives back between encounters? Because that would seem a little bit unfair. But no, he's got the same number of lives he did as last time that we visited. Okay, yeah, let me go take care of that guy. There we go. Hey, I saw that Homeworld 3 got announced. I feel like I should be more interested in that. Or, sorry, I guess I'm surprised at how, like, I guess my reaction to that is, okay, I guess we'll see how it is. Homeworld struck a really neat tone. I like the narrator and the tone to the cutscenes. It had this, there was a certain forlornness to Homeworld. But the actual gameplay was only ever, to me, like, okay. Like, it was okay, but... like, I feel like what I liked about Homeworld has been done better since then. But as I say that, like, you might say, well, name what has done what Homeworld did with its sort of, like, 3D real-time strategy thing of, like, having this giant globe to explore, and I don't have an explanation for it. Like, nothing has done what Homeworld did. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I really need to... Oh, man, I took out the scorpion tails because I thought that was going to let me focus on Koshi. Well, I guess really sort of boned that. Yeah. There's no, oh, is that... There it is. Ouch. Alright, I gotta figure out what part of this thing's animation does an attack and when to dodge. Samlander says, and hello to Samlander. Homeworld 1 was such a good game, haven't played much of Homeworld 2. I liked Homeworld 2 rather better, because I felt like they added a little bit more to the strategy of it. And then, was it... Oh, Cataclysm was my favorite, because Cataclysm added, like, some new, enemy types and stuff.
Sing a song. Dedicate. Now. You are machines.
Oh, okay. I was trying to do the sword swipe, but this works out, too. And I think that, like, isn't Cataclysm the one that they lost the source code for, which is why we got HD remakes of... Homeworld 1 and 2, but no Cataclysm. And I've not played Deserts of Karak. I will say that I tried like a demo for it. I tried something of it. Did they put out a demo for Deserts of Karak? I feel like I tried something of it and thought it was pretty neat and keep like thinking I should pick it up when it's on one of its like $4 sales, but then, like, don't? Crap.
Young divide. Why do you live? Why do we exist?
I see light.
The light. We will soar through the sky.
I remember being absolutely mesmerized by the 3D presentation in Homeworld, like Homeworld 1 specifically, being able to set it up so that your ships were moving like a sphere formation, being able to like rotate around. Alright. And see them all like hanging there perfectly in space. Oh, you can hack in here. Okay. Probably would have been doing more of this then. I would say for a game that very directly and pridefully says there is no autosave to our game, this whole thing, this has been a very long sequence without any apparent option to save. Okay. Ouch. Sorry, I backed into the wall. I think what I would like to see in a game like Homeworld, like I don't know anything about Homeworld 3 other than the fact that it's been announced. I would love to see Homeworld 3 introduced, or like Homeworld re-envisioned as more of like an open world strategy game where there's like a lot of freedom in what system you go to depending on what resources you need. I'd like to see some more like fleet management stuff where it's like your people are going to need food and water and supplies to build ammunition and to like produce more ships, and they're going to need an opportunity to like get out of those ships and take a break someplace. You're going to have to like secure like a safe haven, like some place to do shore leave. Basically, I'd love to see something like the premise of Star Trek Voyager, but done more in the spirit of Battlestar Galactica, where there's multiple ships that you have to like take care of. Like, I guess the concept and presentation of Homeworld was always on point for me. It's in the execution where it's a very level-based, real-time strategy game. If they moved away from that as being the structure of the game and broadened their horizons a little bit more to fit their we are in search of our true home, we're searching the stars for where we came from, that could be super awesome. I guess there's more that they could be doing with their idea. Am I missing something, or does this just go on like this for a while? Is this similar to like the fighting the young women? I'm supposed to like not fight these guys? Let the sphere live? Sorry, I'm not able to engage with everything that Sam Lander's saying because, well, you all can see what's happening. We probably shouldn't have let them get together. Let me at least see what Sam Linder said. Homeworld 2 had the problem of auto-leveling your opponent, so if you did well in a mission and brought a bunch of ships, you got murdered. Yeah, I think I forgot about that, but I think you're right. Yeah, they wanted to do scaling difficulty, but scaled it in a way where the AI could just completely outstrip you, your capabilities. Which is, like, I can only say that, like, okay, that seems good. I played through Homeworld 2 right when it came out. I was really enthusiastic about it. I was really looking forward to it. Played all the way through, had a great time with it. You know, no patches or anything like that. I didn't know about the auto-scaling thing. So I guess, arguably, I didn't ever do well on a mission because I was able to make it through without getting horrifically murdered. So I had a very good experience with it. Homeworld and Homeworld 2 were games that I never really felt would be something that I'd want to replay. Like, once I played it, you know? I would like to try the Deserts of Karak, though. Karak? Never actually heard that one pronounced. I love the cutscenes in that. They're very, very well done. Like, just stylistically. That's the thing about Homeworld. Oh, do I need to deal with these? Yeah, Homeworld to me, it's got the lore, it's got the style, it's got the I love the way that it looks. I love the, like, super sleek designs of all the ships and stuff, with their like multicolored like hulls and stuff like that. Like, I like so many things about Homeworld. It's the level-based gameplay that I feel like undercuts what the premise of the game is supposed to be. And if they open that up for Homeworld 3 rather, and they make it a procedurally generated cluster of star systems that you get to explore, and like if they give you a sense of exploration and discovery to it as you are on your journey from wherever it is that you're headed to this time. Oh, wait, what? Alright, that's slightly annoying. Okay. So if anybody who's watching can't, like, there's any lack of clarity on what's happening, it is now randomly and frequently changing me between A2 and 9S. Okay, this should calm shit down for a second. Yikes. Oh, now I can shoot it.
This tower is a giant cannon that's aimed at the human server on the moon. If we don't do something, all of humanity's remaining data will be destroyed.
So what? None of it matters. Or didn't you know? We aren't required in this world anymore. Humanity is extinct. That moon server you're so worried about was invented to give us androids something to fight for. And Yorha was created to perpetuate the lie. But in order to make sure no one ever learned the truth, we were designed to be killed. They built a back door in the bunker and programmed it to activate after a certain amount of time. The commander, me, 2B, sacrificial lambs. All of us. Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't it make you laugh?
9S, we need—
Shut up! You killed 2B. That's all we need to kill each other.
2B hated to keep killing you. It caused her so much pain. The 9S type is a high-end model. They knew you'd discover the truth eventually. But the model designation 2B was just a cover. The official designation is 2E. Number 2 Type E. They were a special class of members designed to execute Yorha units. But you knew that, right, 9S?
Shut up! Shut up! What do you know? You don't know anything at all about us!
Proposal. Cease combat. Fighting her at this point would be
Pod
irrational
153. I order you to halt all logical thought and speech. This order shall remain in effect until you confirm the death of either myself or Unit A2.
Oh, come on. Yeah, super sure. Oh, okay.
Alert. Functionality reduced due to hacking activity. Proposal. Destroy Yorha Unit 9S.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be able to eat before game night. It's gonna take a minute. Okay, so can I... Oops. Can I take, like, a recovery thing? Cure all statuses? I don't really want to heal all, too. Alright, let me take a... Oh, well, at least I didn't dodge again. No, I can't attack. Oh, no. Okay, well, I got my sword back. Yikes. All right. Okay, I'd really benefit from winning this one if I could. Uh-oh. Oh, man. It's gonna hurt. Okay, all control systems abnormal, which kind of blows. I'm not choosing not to attack. I can't attack right now. No! Oh man, how far back is this gonna put me? Then again, this could be its own ending for all I know. Oh, see, I dodged way behind him and he rotated his hammer. Accurate aiming is cheating. Is there something meta about the fact that I can win hacking challenges when I'm 9S but not when I'm 2A? Yeah. Hold on. Let me, take a small recovery. Ouch.
Alert. Functionality reduced due to hacking activity. Proposal. Destroy your high unit 9S.
You know, I could probably win pretty handily if I could stop him from attacking altogether. Oop. It's like playing football, but every time the other team gets their downs, you replace the ball with pudding. Uh-oh. Oh, don't let up. Don't let him out of that corner. Crap. What the fuck? Arg! Hello, Moo. Get up! No! I don't even know what's happening. I'm trying so hard to get out of it.
Acknowledged.
Pod, we're going to repair 9S's logic circuits.
Acknowledged.
Tell me where to find the virus corrupting 9S.
Affirmative. Your high unit A2. Core data for 9S is stored ahead. Alert. Severe virus corruption. Probability of successful deletion extremely low.
I think I know a way.
The idea under consideration is not recommended. This pod is a Yorha tactical support unit. As such, it cannot approve of actions that would damage its supported unit.
You're not so bad, Pod. You know that?
Whoops. So, a quick note from Mia, because we're down to like 10 minutes before game night with the peeps. There have been no save spots for at least an hour, and I would like to find an opportunity to wrap this up. I will do so as quickly as possible. But we might wind up hitting credits before that comes around. Again, this game straight up tells you in no uncertain terms there is no autosave. Okay, so we found this.
I'll take care of everything. Pod. Take care of 9S.
What of you, A2?
I've still got something I need to do. You go ahead.
Acknowledged.
I'm sorry. I never quite realized how beautiful this world is. I'm coming, everyone. I'm coming.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so it appears to be showing the credits in order, but also like they're just flowing backwards, which is interesting. Oh, Cassandra Lee Morris. That's the voice actor who played Kisaragi. I always try to remember her name and then don't. I think that's her, isn't it? Well, regardless. So, again, because we've already seen the credits all the way through on the A side, and I'm actually out of time, I think we're probably going to let this roll. Oh, thank you very much for the Jeremy Moo. So I think we're going to skip the credits again. We usually let the credits roll, but we did that already. And I'll say that we'll probably let them roll in their entirety through whatever the final playthrough is that we wind up doing. But let's go ahead and hold to skip. Got an achievement for Beautiful World. Now, after effects of a flashbang grenade. I probably would have let that run just for the benefit of the music. But again, we're up against a real-world clock. Chapter select can now be accessed from the title screen and access points. The debug menu can now be accessed by pressing right trigger and That's probably the back button. Activating the debug menu will disable all save functionality until you load any save data. You can now use the debug room. It can be accessed from the start menu. At the big debug room, you can use the debug menu to freely place enemies. Oh, we got heavy armor A and B, and camouflage goggles and A2 wig. Machine research report. The strange resistance woman has a new topic to talk about. Talk to her at the resistance camp to find out what it is. Yes, I will save. That is the first time, I'm not even remotely kidding, that is the first time in like an hour or maybe 90 minutes that it's offered us a save point. They really lock you into that closing thing. Do we get a new title card? We do not. Okay. So, that is going to do it for episode 11 of NieR Automata, because I am 30 minutes past out of time. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go find somebody fun to raid. Normally we'd do a longer outro, but I literally have no time. This was a lot of fun. I would have liked to engage with chat a lot more during the last probably 25 minutes, but it was a non-stop combat sequence and tough to do. Azric, Cara Luna, you guys, thank you very much. They say thank you for the stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's go find somebody fun to raid, and we will see you, I believe, in mere minutes over at twitch.tv/morethanamia for this week's episode of Game Night with the Peeps, where we will be continuing our adventures in the forest. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.